I don't like to put it all the way down. I like there to be a little air chamber in there. I don't know why. It's just habit. I'm going to let it run for a few hours, and then if it continues to annoy me, I might just make my own. I can never get the lighting right in this room. I don't know why. The camera does not like the blue, and I don't have enough light in here. So I'm turning the sun on. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this into the big tank. I could just take this sponge and put it in there, put it in a friend's tank to get it started and get it seeded and all that kind of stuff, or grab a bucket of water from a friend. I haven't even plugged it in yet and turned it on, but I can tell it's not touching the bottom. The magnets are holding that impeller right where you want it to be. Because if you can push down and there's a little bit of a spring action to it, that means it's coming back up. That means the magnets are centering this thing, and so hopefully it's not going to shake, rattle, and roll. So now look at that little thing. Sits right on top, so that way the water channels right through the center and gets funneled out this tiny, tiny little hole. And we're going to find out if it puts out any water movement at all. So then on the bottom of this, here's how you adjust. So I'm going to keep it wide open enough. I don't like to put it all the way down. I like there to be a little air chamber in there. I don't know why. It's just habit. So let's go ahead and pop this in there. And I cleaned off the left side of the tank over here. Scrape the coralline algae off, because that's where I'm going to suction it right onto that wall. It won't suction to coralline algae. We're going to go ahead and pop it in here, just below the surface level. And I'll bring the camera up close here, but you can see, we can see this floats, but the suction of the pump takes it right on down. So we have a little cascade effect. I think it's going down too low. I wonder if I got some water in the cup here. Let's try and get it so there's no water in that chamber, and it wants to float better. I like that. That's floating better. So I kind of want the water to get sucked in through those little holes rather than over the top. Because what if it was a little bitty fish that was swimming up on top and it just got sucked in over the... That's not going to happen. All right, so that's it. It's pretty darn quiet. I mean, I've got a sponge filter off to the side over there. Can't see it, but you can hear it. That's much louder. The fan is much louder. I think I can pop that fan off. I've got one more of these on the way, and man, they're barely warm to the touch. These are so nice. They don't need a fan. Maybe in the heat of the summer I might put the fan on, but they sure don't need the fan right now. But we'll leave that running for another week or two, and then we'll get the other tank started up. It's kicking out pretty good. I would say the fact that it has to fight, that's at least 12 inches, and the grow out tank is 20 inches long. So that's twice, it would have to come out to here. And the only reason it's not coming out to here is because it's fighting the gyre type pump jabao over there. So I think this is gonna do it. Listen to this guy. He's super noisy. Well, not because of that, but you can hear the motor. It was absolutely silent when I had it over in the main display. You can just pop that baby off of there. And so my guess is, when I pulled it out and I disturbed it, the sponge was pretty dirty. My guess is there's some gunk caught up in here. Dude. Okay, there we go. My guess is there's some stuff caught in there. Let's see how much noise it makes. All on its own. It's pretty quiet. Let's put this on there. Well, might not be too quiet. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Puts out a good flow. I might try the old washer trick. This might actually be a bum, a no-go. I think I might just pull I have a larger one in storage. I had such high hopes for this guy. I'm gonna let it run for a few hours, and then if it continues to annoy me, I might just make my own. We shall see what happens. I pulled this old one out of a box that I had on the main display a long time ago. It's a lot bigger, but it's made out of transparent material rather than this little black box. I've gone ahead and turned this one off. This is a dud. It's cute. Wants to be in a nano, but boy, that thing buzzes. Now this one, probably twice as big the motor is. It's providing a lot of water flow. That's going to be all the water flow I need. Now it's actually too big for the rim on this tank. And I wonder if, whoa, look at that. I took the sponge from here and I put it in there temporarily. I could probably just put some styrofoam back here where my finger is, and that'll solve it. And it comes with a spray bar that I might put on there because this is pretty crazy flow. Now when the tank is kind of dirty and full of the detritus that fell off all of that live rock, I thought it'd be a good time to film. Look at how that little pump, little motor over there, it's on the back wall and it's jettisoning the water. Oh, you can just see it sprayed. Got a little bit of air sucked down. It's spraying that way along the back wall. And if you look really closely, you can see it's just making a full circle this way. And you just cannot get away from hydrodynamics. In the same way that aerodynamics works, if I put a big pump on this side and another pump on that side, they're just going to fight each other. But if you put a nice small pump up against a back wall or a front wall and allow that circular pattern to happen, look at the flow on the Xenia. We can see that there's plenty of flow. We see these little particles flying across. And it's getting jettisoned all the way over to this. Nice and toasty in there. I got me some Xenia. I've got some leather coral. I got a couple of mushrooms and some Monty. and some stylophora. And there's an anemone that attached to that rock, and I did not have the heart to try and pull it off. Let's see, can we see it? It's way back here. It's not very happy. If it pulls itself off of that rock and starts walking on the glass, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in the main display.
I was wondering why that ball kept getting bigger, and then it hit me.